What's up people, DC19 Gaming Tech, and for my last video I just have to make this video because I'm sick and tired of people just lying to themselves. This whole Wii U storage thing is really starting to get on my nerves, that how people are trying to defend it and not seeing the reality. And you know what it is? It's because they are lying to themselves. You don't believe you are? Here, we'll start now. So I said in my last video, for it doesn't matter for the people that's going to go out there and buy the physical copy and stuff like that. It's not an issue. It's not an issue for the hardcore or the dedicated games that's going to buy an external hard drive, an extra memory card or SD card to fix that issue. It's not an issue to them. But for the general public that just buys the system just to play it, how people defend that and say that, oh, what, you don't think they're going to buy the physical game? Yeah, the physical game is there, but that doesn't mean anything. Physical games nowadays mean nothing. What do you think? Because the Wii U has a bigger Blu-ray disc, you think that's going to change anything? You think that's when DLC comes out, that's going to go on the disc? No, that's, where's that going? That's going on your hard drive. That same 3 gigs of space that you have left. DLC today at times are Skyrim's smallest DLC was 1.2 gigs. Now that's added onto your hard drive. There's demos that are 2 to 4 gigs. There's updates, patches that are 2, sometimes 6 gigs, depending on what's the issue with the game. A game like Grand Theft Auto 5 comes out, there's an issue with the game. Rockstar Games has to make a patch. The patch is replacing the messed up file, replacing that and saving it to your hard drive to fix the issue, to make sure it doesn't fail anymore, to stop the hit detection failures in Call of Duty, to stop the issues in the falling through the ground in Battlefield 3. All of that stuff is added there to make sure it doesn't happen. So where does that all go? You cannot buy patches. You can't buy a physical copy of a demo. You can't buy a physical copy of DLC. And you know what it is? And the thing is, those people don't understand that these general public is stupid. I'm not trying to be mean here, but the general casual public is stupid. They buy the system just to get it, but just to make it work. This is one of the reasons why people buy the iPhone. The iPhone is a one-click Wendigo. As much as I don't like Apple, people are buying Apple over Android because it's one thing. They don't have to go out and buy something else. Sales rule 101. You never offer something to a customer where they have to go out and buy extra parts or add-ons in order to make the thing work for longevity or to make it work properly. Now, you never do that, especially when the item that you're going to offer them to make it work costs 30% or more. It strays the customer away from the product itself. It makes them not want to buy because now they feel that they have to buy something to make this work. What else are they going to need later on to make it work? People don't like that. It's sales rule 101. If you don't believe me, go look it up in the handbook. Go talk to a perfect salesman. I was one at CompuSA, a top salesman in commercial sales. Commercial sales, not your regular laptop to the next customer. Commercial sales. So you can't sit there and lie to yourself. And another thing that these people don't understand is, when people that casual gamers, they buy something, they buy Call of Duty, their friends are playing it, their friend has the new map pack, they have to go out and buy the new map pack. There's no physical copy of it. It's a DLC code. Where does that DLC code go? That DLC goes somewhere else. You can't buy DLC. That goes to your hard drive. So now you have to go out and spend another $100 on an external hard drive when your system should have came with one. Now you're in the PS3 era. Instead of $300 or $350, you're spending almost $500 to $600 on your system to work in the long run. I understand that most people say that they're not going to need that, but patches, updates, cache files, everything, all of that stuff adds on later on. I mean, it's simple stuff. And you know what? I've come to understand why these Nintendo guys are like that. It's because they're with the Wii era. And now you don't understand what I'm saying with this. It's because of the Wii era. When the Wii was around, when the Wii's came out, these guys just bought the games and played the game. They beat the game. There wasn't any patches or add-ons to it. That was it. It was just right then and there. Boom, there you go. Now they're in the HD era. Now with the Wii, there was no patches. There was no add-on. There was no DLC. There was nothing. It was the game online if there was any, and that was it. You're in the HD era. You're not getting codes in your DLC. You're not getting codes in your patches. You're not getting just a change in a map. You're getting changes, and that replaces stuff. patches are almost 6 gigs. And then Grand Theft Auto 5 is coming around. Tekken Tag Tournament 2 is 16 gigs. Yeah, you could buy the physical copy, but when you have to add attachments and add-ons, what happens then? What happens then? And it's because these Nintendo guys don't see that. It's because they're from the Wii era. And now I understand that. Now it's not an issue. It really isn't an issue if you want to go out and just buy that. It's not. What these guys don't understand is it's not an issue. It's you're the hardcore, you're gonna go buy it. Now, but if you don't see an issue with it, it's crazy. It's not a deal breaker. It's not gonna stop you from buying the Wii. It's not gonna stop me from buying the Wii. It's not gonna stop anyone from buying the Wii. But in the long run, I'm gonna be sitting here and I'm gonna be waiting. And you know what? And because of this video, people are not gonna come out and say the truth. It's 2012. Memory is cheap. I understand that some people feel that Nintendo was doing them a favor when it just came around, but this is not the case anymore. It's gonna become an issue if you think you're just gonna buy that one piece and go. Remember, the general public is stupid. They're buying a one item. They're buying something to work out the box right then and there. And I'm sorry that I have to be the one to say this, but I can't sit back anymore and see you guys just sit there and lie to yourself and then expect me to feel bad like, oh, you've changed. No, I've never changed. I've always spoke on the topics that I wanted to talk about and put my opinion on it and said what I had to say. You guys don't understand that. I'm never going to change for anyone. That's my opinion. If I see a flaw in something, I'm going to say it. And I'm a big fan of Nintendo. I really am. But if there's a flaw in something, I'm going to say it. Like there's a flaw in the Vita. There's a flaw in the PS3. There's a flaw in the PS3 Fat. Now my PS3 doesn't work and I have to wait for Sony to send me a Slim. There's a flaw in everything. The PS3 Slimmer has problems. Every time I post anything like that, it's fine. I get thumbs up like crazy. But let me say something negative, like, oh, you gotta buy a new hard drive. No, there's no dedicated online wide server for trophies. Listen, look at the bullshit you guys pack up and just not deal with. It's crazy to think that this is not an issue. It's an issue in the long run, especially 1080p 60 frames a second games. Do you know how big those files are going to be? It's right now. Imagine what it's going to be like when the newer games come out. You think games are getting smaller? They're getting bigger. I guarantee you GTA 5 is going to be over 25 gigs. And you guys don't understand that because you're not seeing it. This is not the Wii era anymore. You guys have to see what's going on out there. This is DC 19.3. I'm out.